anymore.
What we not gonna do
anymore.
is throw him down just because he's up.
What the f*** are you talking about? What are you talking
Once
about?
you
Hating on
decide-
a celebrity black man.
We ain't
Why are we
hating,
doing this?
bro.
We do this to Michael B. Jordan.
Can we talk real quick about how trash Ja Morant is?
He's
Yeah.
so trash.
Can we talk
In
about
what
how
way?
trash he is? Like, big news in the morning. So 2 hours ago, the news dropped. ESPN put it out. Everybody else put it out. But I want to read this article. It says, the Memphis Grizzlies suspended Ja Morant from all team activities after another video. Another one. Not the one from 2 months ago where he was in a club, at a strip club, branding the video that got him into trouble, which got him suspended indefinitely, which made all this stuff happen and all the his sponsors and stuff go crazy. Not that video. Another one from last night. A new one showing the star, guess what? Holding another gun was circulating on
Goddamn.
social media, bro.
Don't learn his lesson.
Do you take pride in being a role model?
I do. And, I realize, I have a lot of kids, who look up to me, show them, what not to do and, what to do. So.
Hasn't learned his lesson.
Damn. Haven't learned shit.
How many times?
This is the second time.
This is the second one.
How many times we gotta teach you this lesson?
Like,
young
hey,
man?
I said it before. I said strike 3, you out.
He
So
went-
guess what? This is the last moment.
He went
You
and
got
talked to
one
Jalen
back.
Rose. He talked about how better he had to be. He went and talked to people about his father.
In the past, we didn't know what was at stake. And now, finally, me having that time, I realize that now. I realize, what I have to lose. And, for us as a group, being more responsible, more smarter, and staying away from, all the bad decisions.
All that bullshit.
Johnson,
All
everybody
bullshit.
shed all this stuff, all these things, all this money, all this capital and future generational wealth at stake, and he did it again. The Grizzlies announced he's suspended today, starting today indefinitely, which is pending the league review. In a statement that they said 2 months after the NBA already did it once, quote from the team says, we are aware of the social media posts involving Ja Morant and are in the process of gathering more information, the NBA spokesman said. On Saturday, during an Instagram live session on Morant's friend's Devontae Pack's account, the All-Star flashed a handgun while riding in the passenger seat of a car and singing along with a rap song. The video has since been
Let me guess,
deleted.
NBA Youngboy.
All right, so they were listening to NBA Youngboy. The rapper's called NBA Youngboy. So how fitting is that, right?
The young boy of the NBA.
Ja Morant trying to be like Ja Rule and shit.
And this ain't gonna be your legacy. I guarantee you it won't be your legacy.
You got the
This
wrong
nigga
people around
think
here.
he hood.
Friends and shit. Like, why is your friends picking up a camera? Like, that doesn't make sense. Like,
When you see somebody about to make a bad decision, stop them.
Bro,
Yeah, what does that mean to you? What do you mean it doesn't make sense? Your homie snitching on you, basically, getting you in trouble, right?
yeah, the wrong, yeah.
Basically, that's what that is.
It's selfish though. They would rather, do it for some kind of weird clout, something like that, rather than even think about the situation. How high were they?
Not even hard.
They were look like they were
Right in
sober.
Valentine's.
They were running around having fun, dancing in the car, doing Instagram live and shit.
Man, I can't even be mad at these project babies right now, my nigga.
He's not in the project, baby. That's the problem.
I know.
I thought he was a good player.
I gotta say it.
This is another example of our culture being trash. We promote violence, we promote having guns, we promote doing drugs, we promote bad behavior. And even though we got I think it was over $200 million at stake, he still can't be clean. He still can't be civil.
Why?
Why?
I don't get it.
I want to know why.
get it.
I want. Does anyone have like a theory about Mr. Jarificent Morantis?
Yeah,
Let
he
me
just
set it
doesn't
up.
give a fuck.
Let me set it up. Hey, bro, if you just be a regular nice guy and citizen, you'll get $200-something million contract. Shows up with a gun again.
I don't
Get him
get
out
it,
of
man.
What makes a man do that? What makes a man do this?
And they don't even be his guns.
Oh, that's
Yep, it's probably not even his gun.
I think it's receiving acknowledgement from a source that he feels he needs to be validated by. I don't know why he wants to be validated by some kind of, nefarious looking source, but it's got to be something. I don't know what's going on in his household. I don't know what has happened in his life, But what's the need for
He wants
validation from
that
these
bad
people?
boy image for some reason.
I
Yeah,
don't know
why though?
What do you mean for some
For
reason?
women?
Why does a man want a bad
For
boy
some
image?
reason.
Why does a man want a
That's
bad
what
boy
it is.
image?
Bad boy image comes with,
I
I
It
guess,
makes you look
bad
cool.
boy,
It makes you look cool, bro.
No,
Whoa,
it's
whoa, whoa,
not.
whoa,
Listen,
whoa, whoa, whoa.
listen,
What did you say,
listen.
Zach? You said missing a tool. What is that?
He said
No, you
makes
said
you
it. No, not at all. I said it makes you look cool. It makes you look hard. It makes you look tough.
Why does
Well,
a
that's not
man want to look tough?
For other men.
because that's
If
No,
other
it's not like
men,
that.
other
For
men.
other
women.
men. For other men. So the only woman
Ain't that
in the
thing.
Discord right now said a man wants to look tough for other men.
Nah, that's cat.
But
It's
not
not
women,
cat.
right? But
We can
not
get too
women.
far.
I don't
Probably
think
in
it's cap.
Ja Morant's case, he's trying to keep that hood image to
He's
look
not
tough
hood
around
though.
the
That's the
boys.
problem.
Yeah, he's from the suburbs, but he's trying to keep
But
he's trying to keep that hood image so he could fit in with the gangster crowd,
That's in
the
Memphis.
hood.
Why does
damn.
a upstanding, nicely born black man want to fit in with gangsters who ain't shit?
Good nigga approval.
So you
I
think
think it's
so
too
so you
infused
think
with the culture.
so Bo, you believe that he's doing this to get the approval of other men?
Hood niggas. No, don't say other men. Hood niggas.
Of hood niggas. Why does
Yeah.
a man want to get approval from hood niggas though? What is the benefit of me being rich wanting to get
I
approval
don't get it.
of hood niggas?
Don't know
I
any
want to
better.
get to the root of why. So
I think it's because you don't know any better. I think it's way too infused with the culture. It's almost like been that since conception. This is what I am. This
That's what
is
they're
what I look
saying.
like.
That's what
you guys are
the
saying not
women.
knowing any better. That's right. That you're right. But that's not talking about the cause of why he would want to do that. We have to get to the root. I guess I'll just go there.
I got the root.
Men who said they have the root?
I have the root.
Oh,
Xavier.
it's
Oh,
white.
all right, Xavier. Go ahead, Xavier. Tell us what's up, bro.
The root is, even though people may not want to address it, it's women. It's the honest truth. Because men want to look hard and look cool.
Yes.
Because in our culture,
Mhm.
gang banging is guns is cool.
Yes.
You have a lot of women
Mhm.
on the internet saying that they can't be with a guy with a 9 to 5. So they want hood niggas.
Yes.
They want all the things that come with that life because
Yes.
the bag is with it.
All right.
I wouldn't say that in his case though, because you could have
No, not
money
this
and pull the anybody you want. In his case, I think he wants acceptance from his people. What do we call an upstanding black person? Oh, you either
Corny.
talk right
Corny.
or you not cool enough. So he wants to emulate the culture.
So hold on now. So Evil, you brought in something different from what Xavier said. You're saying that a black man wants acceptance from hood dudes, assuming that black men need to be thugs to get acceptance from thugs?
Not necessarily hood dudes. Like
Why
you
would
said,
why
when
would
it
not
comes-
an NBA player making millions of dollars on the limelight get acceptance from everybody in respect?
he wants that like quote unquote street cred from the black community.
But we're going in a cycle. Why does a man want street cred?
He wants to be accepted by his people. He wants to be accepted by the culture, because I don't say women is because anybody could have so much money in the NBA and they can pull any woman they want. They don't have to act hood.
To rebut that, and I'm gonna let you go after me, Lottie. Kobe Bryant doesn't do any street shit. He got acceptance from all black people.
Okay.
Shaquille O'Neal doesn't do street shit. When he was with the Lakers, all black people love and respect him.
Athletes.
Rick Fox, Derek
No,
Fisher.
no, hold on. He did do stuff incorporated with the culture of black people,
by
but
rapping.
not necessarily the hood stuff.
But it goes on and on. Jason Kidd, Reggie Miller. It goes on and on and on. Everybody respects NBA players regardless of the lifestyle that they live. The streets respect gamers and ballers, period. So the streets already respect the NBA players, bro. The rappers rap about them, bro, and they don't
The
even
rappers
be street.
want to be the ball players, and the ball players want to be the rappers.
Exactly.
That's why I'm saying none of that has to do with the women, though.
Yes, it does.
That's not
Here's why. And I ask you this question, Evol. Why do some of the rappers want to be ball players? Thug, street rappers, all that, right? Or they're already street thug and got respect. Why do they want to be ball players?
It's the women, yo.
It's the women.
The amount of people that are out there
How can it be the
ball players
women?
is ridiculous.
The reason I can't say women's because you can pull that without being hood.
No,
so
no,
that's
listen,
not the root of it.
right now.
Not necessarily. There's a certain type of women that you can't get. You could get the escort type chicks. You could get the bras that are gold diggers and stuff like that.
There's a universal pull.
I wouldn't even say
from a
white.
basketball player.
Oh.
No. There is
to
a
say
universal
white.
pull from being a basketball player. It's a respected thing across all cultures, I think. It's like to be a professional sports player.
Yeah.
If you a ball player, you get an abundance of women just by default. Same as a football player.
What changes if you become a hood person playing the ball
Here's the
player?
thing. Because here's the thing. Yet again, you talk about appeal to the black community and the black men. It's not just the black men they want to appeal to. It's the black women.
Here we go.
I don't think it's
What?
Do you really
women,
think
bro.
so?
What?
Did we not just sit here and say that goddamn every girl thought, like the women thought gangbanging was cool and they like that lifestyle?
If you're a ball player, got money, it don't matter what race of women you could pull a black woman, a Dominican, a white. You could pull any woman you want.
What's the number one thing that we be talking about in black? What do we talk about most of the time in black culture? About what they be saying about the dudes who be picking the white women.
And in terms of Ja Morant, he wants to be accepted by the black culture because he was probably raised predominantly in a white neighborhood.
But I said that all NBA ballers who have good game are accepted by the black culture off rip. That's automatically comes with being a good basketball player.
Yes, for Jody's point, I get that. So what I'm saying is, and this is directly in reference to Ja Morant, due to his upbringing, he hasn't been around a lot of black people growing up. So his motive is probably
really.
That's not true.
He hasn't been around a lot of black people growing up.
That's not true.
In Tennessee.
No. For okay.
Or North Carolina.
That's for a fact.
No,
South Carolina.
There have been some people who grew up in the suburbs with mostly white neighbors and stuff, but you have a couple of black. You send them to a HBCU or something, and it's like a culture slide. It's like, I didn't know my people acted this way. Why are we acting?
But how many years has Ja Morant been famous and in the NBA?
Only for 2.
Like 5.
No,
Ja Morant's only 23 years old.
I'm just saying since he's been in the NBA.
But he's been in the NBA for a while already.
For like 5 years.
He's already been famous for a long time. This is not a culture shock for Ja Morant.
No, I'm not talking about it's a culture shock. I'm talking him trying to be part of the black community.
But he's already a part of the black community. He's black.
Community.
He's an
for
NBA
Ja
star.
He needs validation.
Why?
Okay,
so isolated.
For example, that's why I go back to the 8 Mile Papa Doc. He wanted validation from the hip hop community, even though he was
already
I've seen him in videos of all over Memphis, people celebrating him, saying, "You Ja Morant." Writing autographs. He be in Memphis.
Memphis is also one of
with his team. I've seen him with his team with his flip flops on and basketball shorts and a shirt, and he's just running around, walking around, going to Memphis restaurants. So what is the culture shock? He's already accepted, regardless of the shooting of the guns. Like, you could be accepted without having to shoot guns.
He didn't shoot no gun.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me reiterate. Let me fix it. Flashing a gun.
Flashing, showing. He showed a gun.
Yeah.
That's still bad.
But let's keep it a buck. You know he popped that thing multiple times.
What?
Let's not play.
He probably did.
And a person.
Nobody's gonna get. Nobody's
It's
gonna.
okay to shoot and go to a gun range are accepted.
Why are you getting triggered? Please understand. Niggas that try to be around guns and hold guns, you best believe they gonna want to shoot that motherfucker. Why are we acting like shots away?
I shoot them at niggas. You don't have to shoot them at niggas just because you a nigga.
Ain't nobody said that shit, bro.
You say he popped it before. No, you say he popped it before. What does that mean?
That means you shot it.
Okay, what is wrong with that?
You're a good nigga, bro. That's what you got. You got to do better.
I don't see the big issue in this, bro.
Listen, here's the reason why it's a big ass reason. Showing a gun wouldn't mean nothing. All right, I've seen that clip. It's what you listening to and what your tweets be saying. That's the problem. The NBA does not like to market itself.
That's wrong. That's wrong. The NBA has a no gun policy. You cannot show guns. You can't be with guns, around guns. It's against the NBA rules. Okay.
I don't know about the rest of the world, but the state of Texas, flashing a gun in public areas without actually shooting that hoe is a criminal offense. You can get fined for that.
Of course it is.
And they already warned this nigga 2 months ago when he was flashing around in the club, and he's flashing it again. You're out of here, nigga.
It's illegal.
Okay, so get rid of him. Don't suspend him. Why play around with him? Just get rid of him. If y'all don't allow it, get rid of him.
Let's get back to the topic. We're trying to find the root of why Ja Morant acts the way he does.
Yes.
It's because of the black culture.
Because the black culture. We know this. That's true. It's because of the black culture. There's toxicity within the black culture.
I would say the black culture before is for the women.
Wait, so are we trying to figure out on the most individual level why Ja Morant specifically is like this, or are we trying to attach this to like a phenomenon?
It's a phenomenon because this happens with thousands and millions of black folk. A lot of kids go from being raised right to going into the streets. What is pulling our kids to the streets of being a thug, a gangbanger, a robber, a stick-up boy?
Songs.
Glorification through pretty much every outlet you can imagine. My question is, are we trying to attribute this root to this kind of, you know, mating thing where it's like a woman this and this and this, or is it deeper than that? I think I'm with Evil on this one. I think it's a cultural thing because Grant Hill and Al Horford are not the same as Bobby Portis and AI.
Right.
Like I don't understand that.
What point are you making by saying that? Because they're all getting bitches, right? They're all accepted.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But guess what? I don't think Grant Hill is the type of guy that's getting love in the hood like that, in the sense of they might see somebody who's tatted, got the cornrows, etc., and then be like, oh, he's one of us. But it's not because of that's like just a pure attraction thing. I think that's just because it's conception. That's the culture. We've been raised like that regardless. It almost seems like there's no escape.
I would disagree.
But to support what he's saying is like the age-old anti-black prognosis that he's afflicted with the pervasiveness of black culture. He's making these poor choices because he wants to be thuggish, to qualify to validate his black manhood. That's why he's acting this way.
Grant Hill and Al Horford. Al Horford there's a language barrier there. I think he's like Brazilian. What is he?
Yeah, I think he's like Dominican or something. Yeah, he's like Dominican.
That doesn't count. So I'll use Grant Hill. Grant Hill can go into any hood and be idolized by the people as much as any other person because he's Grant Hill. Yeah. Black people I remember in the 90s, we bought his shoes. He was in commercials. We were like, Grant Hill. Come on, Grant Hill drinks Sprite. Y'all remember that shit? Grant Hill was a highly respected NBA player, and he was always a Ivy League, smart, preppy, Carlton Banks type of dude. But
Russell
it didn't
Wilson.
matter. It didn't matter to him. I'm only going off what you get. But if you keep throwing other players in here, you're muddying the discussion. You brought up a couple of people, and I'm sticking to that. I'm making a point that you do not have to be hood to get love from the hood.
Yes, and I'm agreeing with you. To him, he doesn't think that way. He thinks he needs the validation by acting that way, even though you do not.
He knows that he has I've seen him in videos all over Memphis and in shops, liquor stores. I was for a restaurant, a hood-looking restaurant. He was like, "You Ja Morant, oh my!" He knows he got the hood. He knows it. But why is he doing the NBA young boy rapping thug shit, waving a gun, going to strip clubs with the pistol out? Why do you have to do the extra negative, toxic shit?
And to him, he probably thinks he's accepted because he was doing all that, but not that he was already accepted beforehand. So he has a false sense of reality that, oh, I was acting this way. I guess they accepted me because so I'm gonna continue doing it, even though that's false.
So I believe that if he would have been accepted with all of the antics that he's done up until this point, having the gun, all that stuff back in the past, don't you believe he would have he's accepted, especially when he's around all the homies and shit and going to clubs and doing all that? Why is he doing it again after all of this? This is an obsession. Risking the money.
That's probably what happened. It probably became an obsession.
I don't know any famous rappers, any famous black people, period, that are obsessed like this with being a thug. There's one thing that men obsess over, and they obsess over women, affection and attention from women. That is something that a man would obsess over. Not over, oh, do I look like a thug? Am I a hood dude? People don't obsess over that. A woman will get in your head, make you do dumb shit, not being a thug. So that's why I know based on how men are. We're men, right? There's one thing we obsess over. We obsess over the attention and love of women.
Yes. That's facts.
It'll make a man crazy. It'll make a man throw a $200 million contract on the table and say, freak it. I want this box right now. I'm horny. Like this type of stuff, this type of behavior, we do stupid stuff over women. Wars have been waged over women, bro.
But do you see him in the videos surrounded by women or men?
So the first video, he was in the strip club. There were women everywhere. The second video, it was him and his homeboy in like in a SUV. It looked like.
And I guarantee you, they've been endless amounts of strip club in Memphis.
Correct. I bet you they was on their way to get some shit, or just coming from getting some box.
But see, that's what I'm saying though. Is I agree with you in the sense that there's almost two premises here, but I want to combine them. It's a specific type of woman. It's a specific type of culture that I think he wants to get validation from. It's not just women, and it's
the
not
black culture.
That's what Lottie said. Yeah, and I agree to an extent. And let me just say, I'm not blaming all of it on women. That's just the biggest part. There's the culture. There's hip hop. I think that the music that we listen to gets in our head and it influences us to do dumb shit. We want to pretend to be thugs because we fantasize of how we hear a fire bar that hit with the beat when the bass line hits and a fire bar hits right behind it. We'd be like, damn, I want to be like, man, what's up? Let's go pop some. I know what it is, bro. I know so many niggas would listen to 50 Cent while they was blowing his brains out on a drive-by, bro. What do people listen to before they go on a drive-by? They listen to the most heaviest hardcore rap music to get them in the mood, to get them in the zone. We gotta pop this, bro. Play that track. It's the music is a big part of it, bro. And all of it, the overall is the black culture, bro. It's toxic.
Every culture has toxic.
Qui-Gon, what you trying to say, bro?
Qui-Gon, I want to let you get a chance to speak because you're a fanboy of Ja Morant. You backed him the first time he waved the gun at the strip club. You were preaching and pulling for him, and you gave what you feel was a good point. But here we are now. He did it again, risking everything. How do you feel about Ja Morant doing this again?
I don't have a problem with him doing it again. I don't have a problem with him doing that shit again because it's a gun and it is America, my nigga. I'm sticking on that. I am sticking on that. It is nothing wrong with that man having a gun in America and waving at that. As long as he ain't shooting at nobody.
It's different if you were some Joe Schmo on the street. But his status of an NBA player, well known in the public eye, everything you do is being judged.
He's supposed to be a role model.
That's why I give him a break, man. He's a normal person.
No, he's not. No, he is not.
Not anymore.
He is a star.
What we not gonna do is throw him down just because he's up.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Once you reach a certain
level, hating on a celebrity black man.
We ain't
Why we doing this? We do this to Michael B. Jordan. We do this to Michael B. Jordan.
I don't do that. I love Michael B. Jordan.
People are doing that to.
That's a lie.
People do it to Jonathan Majors.
I'm defending Jonathan Majors as we speak with my videos, bro. I'm rooting for him.
Let me ask you this,
there's other people too is coming at him. Go ahead.
When Obama was president and he was in the Oval Office waving the gun and saying hood stuff, is that a good image of a president?
Did you just compare the president of the United States to a player that chose a basketball for money?
Of America, like you said.
That is a terrible point, Evolve.
No, Qui-Gon, listen. You said we should give it a break because we live in America, correct?
Yes.
So Obama, when he was in office as the president of America, if he was waving, doing hood stuff like that, is that a good image in the public eye? Or would you just say, oh, it's okay? No. I'm saying once you're at a certain level in society, whether it's celebrity, an icon, an influencer,
I got a perfect example.
You have to be careful between the president and the basketball.
No.
Name somebody on a basketball.
Wait. Evo was trying to tell you something though, Qui-Gon. He was trying to say once you're on that level, celebrity-wise, you have a standard you have to live up to.
Yes.
He's a role model to a lot of kids, man.
To what kids? To what kids?
To niggas like you Chicago-based
kids. What kids? Little people don't think people follow Stephen Curry.
No. Not the little kids. Not the little kids. The little kids go with Ja more than LeBron, bro.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. The little kids, the younger kids are with the younger generation. LeBron's an old nigga. There's a lot of younger kids now that are going for the Ja Morant type niggas, bro. And the other nigga, Trey Young.
You capping.
And now that I'm getting a chance to look at you eye to eye, I don't see why y'all can't win the West.
That's the goal.
Let's get it.
That's the goal.
What up, y'all? Like, comment, and subscribe. Thumbs that video. Free 99 all day. Don't forget to share and show love to the J.